We are currently in a knowledge economy, so every organization somehow has to better manage their intellectual asset to become competitive or to remain competitive. So it's very, very important for organizations to know what they know and also to know what they don't know, so they can prepare themselves to achieve their strategic objective. So the first thing we do in the knowledge capture certificate is to see or to understand how to map the knowledge of an organization, what are the main knowledge domain of an organization, and who are also the experts in this particular knowledge domain. So by having an overall overview of what the organization knows, it's easier later on for it to be able to manage each knowledge asset. We have also to understand that this knowledge asset will never remain constant. So there are some leakage. This leakage are, for instance, people who are leaving the organizations because they are changing jobs or because they are retiring, or even because sometimes they run into an accident or they get sick, and unfortunately, so they live with their tacit knowledge or their experiential knowledge that they have captured over time. So the organization needs to do some activities to be able to maintain this tank of knowledge or this knowledge asset, and also to be able to boost it, so to have some knowledge sharing activities inside. So knowledge flows, knowledge is leverage, but also new knowledge needs to be grabbed from outside by, for instance, inviting some expert or some consultant to provide some new knowledge to the organization. So once you have identified what are the main knowledge domain of your organization, and once you have identified the expert who possess this knowledge, you need to capture their knowledge. So why do we need to capture their knowledge? So as I said, if you want to have some business continuity, even though some key people leave the organization, you need to have captured or transferred some of it. So transfer is probably the best way to diffuse or disseminate this knowledge over the organization. But sometimes also capturing it is a way over time to not lose this organizational knowledge. So you need to capture knowledge, so you talk to the expert who possesses this knowledge. And so through the OKS certificate program, you will learn about all the different stages to do so. First of all, how do you identify critical knowledge? So we cannot capture all the knowledge of an organization. We want to capture the knowledge which has the most value, but which is also at risk. That's how we define critical knowledge. So once you have identified your initial focus on knowledge capture, you need to capture this experience, this lessons learned, this knowledge that the experts have gained over the years. So we talk about the different techniques and tools that can be used in order to do so. Then the third stage is about how do you validate what you have captured? How do you make sure that what you have captured is valid, is reliable, or it's trustworthy, and is going to really help to meet the demand of whoever might need it? And then the last stage is the formatting stage. So how do you format this knowledge that you have captured into what we call a knowledge asset? And so later on it's easy to retrieve it. It's standardized also in a way that everyone will find whatever they are expecting from this knowledge asset. So participants who participate in this 3 days knowledge capture workshop will be able to gain this experience because they will work as a team and with a selected project during these 3 days to generate a knowledge asset. So they will go through the 4th stage I just mentioned, and then at the same time later on it will allow them to capture knowledge on their own, but also to train other people or to better understand a bit the challenges that are associated with capturing knowledge, experiential knowledge from experts. So it's a very valuable exercise that they will go through, that will help them later on to supervise or even to train others on how to capture knowledge, so the organization will not lose its valuable and critical knowledge over time. Thank you.